which is to provide goods and services. So usually for us to end up with a public sector failure is because we have what we call provisioning problems, meaning they were trying to provide, but they ran into some problems, and those problems include accountability, efficiency, assessing of needs, pricing policy, parastatals, privatization / nationalization. So when we are talking accountability, we are basically trying to ask the question, who is accountable for effective delivery of public goods and services? If we don't have anybody responsible for that, that's where now we will have a provisioning, because who's supposed to provide those services to the public? And then when we're talking about efficiency, we are basically asking the question, are the public goods and services delivered promptly at a desired quantity and quality? Because it's one thing to say we have provided and built roads, for example, but the roads within a year are teared down and they have potholes, so that it's not efficient. And then in 3, we are saying assessing of needs. So basically the question we are asking there is, how can the government determine what the public truly needs? Because it's very difficult to decide whether what is important to the public between, let's say, building of a road or building of a new school. What is more needed in that community? In 4, pricing policy, the question we are asking is which service should be free and which should not be free, because the government has to make some money at some point. So there are some things that are provided by the government but are really not free. When we are looking at parastatals, we are looking at some state-owned enterprises. That's what parastatals are. So we are saying, how can the state-owned enterprises help with the provisioning of public goods and services? So those businesses basically that are owned by the government, how can they help the government in providing goods and services to people? And then in privatization / nationalization, we are saying which enterprises that are already in existence should be privatized and which should be nationalized, because that is going to affect our economy and